Hi, everyone. It's Angel Truesdale again, the social sciences and business librarian. I'm going to show you some techniques to verify and find those credible sources you need for your projects. So I'm going to start here on the research guide again for your class, guides.library.uncc.edu/mgmt underscore 3140. We have the original tutorial here in the middle, and then some more information down here. I'm going to be focusing on the business resources best bets here at the bottom. This tutorial will go here, so you'll see that when it pops up there. And I just wanted to list out some of the kind of top databases. And I just pulled these really from these tabs here that I have prepared. Keep in mind that you want to use sources that are directly from the library or a resource that I have emailed you back. So Business Source Complete and ABI Inform were both mentioned in the previous video. I just want to show you Business Source Complete on their kind of advanced search page. You can go up here to publications and you can browse the different publications you have within this database. So if you're very curious about what you might be able to use in your projects, you can look at the publications that are on here. Same thing with ABI Inform. This is their advanced search homepage as well. You can go up to publications. One of the great things about ABI Inform is I do know off the top of my head that we get the Wall Street Journal through ABI Inform. So if I just search for that there, I get a direct link to the newspaper here. This is the print publication. This is the online version. So there are some journals that they only publish online and not in the print publication. And then you even have the magazine that is printed once a week in the Wall Street Journal there. So that's just two ways of kind of verifying when you see something in a publication. If you can search for it here in EBSCOhost, those are two big ways you can verify that the information is credible. One thing I didn't show you before is if you go to the library's homepage, so now we're at library.uncc.edu, there is this journals button here that is a listing of our periodicals and newspapers and magazines, anything that comes out on a regular basis, basically. Even though it says journals, there are a lot of other things. And you can also find different publications in here as well. So again, if you're finding the name of a publication and you just want to pop it into this journal search, and again, it's any publications the library has paid for, you can pop that in there to kind of see if there's a listing for it in our holdings, and that can also verify that that is a credible source through the library. Back to the research guide here, I did want to list Nexus Uni here. It actually is a large source for legal and business information, but especially for business news. So I have that pulled up here. You can also look for a particular publication in here as well. And I know that we have the New York Times through two different databases, but this is one that we get the New York Times from. So you can actually search for the New York Times and search for a particular topic within that publication. So that's three different databases that has a whole host of resources in them. And then you can also use the library's homepage to search on that journal search for different publications that we have in the library. Now, on this list here, under company and industry reports, I do have Mergent Online again and Value Line. So we looked at Mergent Online in the last tutorial. The one thing I did not tell you to watch out for is this news tab here. It's also under company details at the bottom as well. In some of these databases, they do link out to other sources that may not be validated within their own platform. So anything that does that, you want to be leery of. So if I click on this news item, hopefully you can see that pop up. It links me out to something else. And even at the bottom will tell me to link to the original source. Anytime a database does that, you are leaving the platform and you are not on a credible site that's contained within the information on the database platform. So one thing I want to say about Merging Online that's really great is you can look at these filings tab here or the annual reports. This is really good primary research for you to pull directly from the company's reports that they have to file with the SEC every year, multiple times a year. So you can actually look at what they have actually said is in the annual report in terms of financial health and things like that. So again, you want to use some of the things from the company financials, annual reports, the filings. You might even want to get a list of their competitors that's based on the SEC codes, but SIC codes, sorry, the industry codes. But I would not use this news tab here as it does link you out to somewhere else that doesn't keep you within the database. All right. One last thing I want to mention before we get out of here is we do have a citation tab on this research guide. And here we have a link to the APA manual. We even have a couple of links to other research guides that tell you how to cite business databases in APA form. And then down the side here, we do have some guides. And I like to use the Excelsior College Online Writing Lab. So as a just always true kind of universal rule is you want to be able to find certain things about a source when you are looking at them. You want to make sure that you can find an author's last name, first, middle initials. If it's not an author, then you want to try to find an editor name. And then any of the other authors that might be listed there. There, it should also be clear of the year, month, and day of publication as well. If you don't have that information on the page, I would question the actual source as well. The title should be clear and concise as well. The title of the actual publication in here, this is saying title of the newspaper, and then you want the direct URL from the source. If you're not able to get this information off of the sources page, then that should be bringing up some alarm bells so that you are finding things that are credible and that are verifiable and that we can kind of track and make sure that they have the right information on their site. All right, one last thing, going back to the citation tab, that was the Excelsior College Online Writing Lab that actually details out APA citation style for you so that you can kind of verify if I have all this information, that it's potentially a credible source. All right, I'm going to stop sharing and I hope you have a good day. And this is clarifying for you from the other tutorial. Email me if you have any questions. Thank you.